Hi everybody, it's Mrs. Weaver here, and today we're going to read one of the books that I've photocopied for you in your home learning packs. Now, before we start our book, I'm going to talk to you about the strategy we use for reading our phonics words and also the sight word that's in this book. Let's look at the strategy first. So, to read, I look at the letters, make the sounds, and blend the sounds together. That's what we're going to do in the book. We're going to use our phonics to look at the letters, make the sounds, and then blend them together to read. Okay, I'm going to leave that here in case we need to use it. And this is our sight word that appears in this book. So when we see it, we're going to say A. In a word, we use the sound ah, but when it's on its own, it's the word a. So I'll leave that there as well. So let's have a little look at our book this week. Before we read the title, can you point where the title is? Before we read the title, I like to look at the picture first. So I can see maybe a family. Oh, hang on. There's maybe Dad and a little boy, but she doesn't look like she's with that family. She's a cartoon. I wonder who she is. Maybe they can't even see her. Maybe she's just there looking. So these guys, the dad and the little boy, they are camping. Do you know how I know they're camping? It's because I can see a tent. They're outside on the grass. And that's usually what happens when you camp. You have a tent and you have your camping time outside. They look like they're having some food together. Oh, I'm excited to find out what this book's about. The first place to start is by reading the title. So let's start. That's that apostrophe again. We had that in last week's book, Sam's Pot. So maybe whatever this title is belongs to the person. Let's read. Capital T. Tim's. Oh, so this is about a boy or a man called Tim. Tim's trip. Tim's trip. Now, trip, I know that word, can mean falling over, but it also can mean going somewhere on a journey. Do you think this means Tim trips over, or do you think he's going on a camping trip? Yes, I do as well. I think it's a camping trip, but we might be wrong. He could trip over on his camping trip. Let's turn the pages and have a look. And there's our title page. So remember, put our fingers under the words and read it again. Tim's trip. Tim's trip. Look at the tent, it's very tidy. When Mrs. Weaver's been camping, my tent never looks that tidy. Let's turn over. Oh, now this is a great page. This is a page where the mummies and daddies can read this part, and then you can have a go at reading some of the words as well. So, this is Tim and Dad. They are going on a camping trip to the seaside. They are thinking about all the things they will need. We'll have a little read of some of those in a moment. But first, let's think. They're going to the seaside. Do you know what the seaside is? Yes, it's another word for the beach. That's right, where the sand and the sea are. Brilliant. Okay, work with me. Let's use our reading finger and our strategy to read some of the things that they're going to take with them. Let's try this first. Pan. They're taking a pan. Do you think that might be for some cooking? Okay, let's try this one. Map. Very good. Yes. What do you think the map might be for? Do you, in case they get lost? Yeah, you're probably right. Oh, now this hasn't got a label, but I'll tell you, it's a tent. Very good. And this is a stool. So they're taking some of those things. These are the things that Tim Tim is thinking of, or maybe he's trying to remember. Let's see, what about Dad? So here's Dad. We know that's Dad. Look, Dad. Dad's scratching his head. He's thinking, oh goodness, what else do I need to remember? He's got to remember his tin. That's like a tin of beans or a tin of soup. He's probably going to cook that on the pan. What else has Dad got? Oh, do you know what this is? Yeah, a mug. Maybe a mug of something hot to drink. I bet it gets cold at night when you're camping. This is called a sleeping bag. Yeah, you do. You sleep in that. Whew, how exciting. Have you ever slept in a sleeping bag? I have. It's fun. And this is a camping stove. And that's like a little mini cooker or mini oven where you cook your food. Have they forgotten anything? This little girl, I'm not sure her name, but she says don't forget the mat. Brilliant. You put that under the sleeping bag. Oh, Mrs. Weaver knows all about camping. I've been lots and lots. Brilliant. So we've talked about all the things on this page. Let's turn over. Look, they're getting ready to go on their journey. They might have packed up the car and they're looking at the map. Brilliant. So in the morning, Dad and Tim drive to the campsite near the sea. They stop to look at the map. The map tells them how to get there. It does. It tells them the right direction. Let's see what labels we can see on this page. Can we read that one? Dad, well done. What about this? Tim, very good. And the little girl, she said a little caption here. It is a map. It is a map. There's our sight word, look. A. There it is, A. On its own, it's a word, A. But in a word, we change it to the sound, A. It is a map. Well done if you read that. Brilliant job. Take that out, just in case there's any more we need to look at. So they're all ready. Oh, I can't imagine what it smells like at the sea. Can you see the sea and the sand? I bet they're nearly there. Close your eyes and imagine you're at the seaside. What can you hear? What can you smell? Now open them. What can you see? Lots of exciting things to talk about with your family. Let's turn over. Oh, now they look like they found their place to go. Dad and Tim arrive at the campsite. They get out the tent. First, they spread the tent out on the ground. Next, they slide in the tent poles. That makes the tent stand up. Oh, yes, they're important. Then Dad taps in the tent pegs, one at a time. This keeps the tent in place and stops it from blowing away. That's really important here. You can see Dad with his hammer and he's putting in all the little pegs, the little poles. That's really important. Right, let's have a little read at some of these labels. You see what Dad's doing? Have a go at reading this using your strategy. Ready? Tap. And that's the same word. Well done if you spotted that. Tap, tap. That's what Dad's doing. I'm going to use my pen. Can you get a pen and can you tap, tap? Tap, tap. Let's get those pegs in really strong so we don't blow away in the night. Let's see what Tim says. Tap, tap it, tap it in, tap it in, Dad. Tap it in, Dad. That's right. Tim is telling Dad, make sure you tap it in. I don't think he wants to blow away in the night time, do you? Brilliant. Let's turn over. This is getting exciting. Oh, wow. Look where they are now. Tim's looking happy. He's smiling. He's holding something in his hand. Do you know what it is? Yeah, I think it might be a shell. Let's read and find out what's happening on this page. So in the afternoon, Dad and Tim go down to the beach. Dad takes off his shoes and socks and rolls his trousers up and goes for a paddle. He dips his toes in the water. It is freezing. He's soon out again. Tim looks for shells in the sand. Oh, we were right, it was a shell. Oh, Dad looks so cold in that sea. Look at that. Why do you think he hasn't swam in the sea? Yes, I think it's too cold. It doesn't look like a summer's day. Look what Tim is wearing around his neck. Yeah, a scarf, and he's got a jumper on. I think it could be a autumn or winter trip. Maybe not a trip where you want to swim. Let's have a go at reading some of the labels. Let's try this one. And sand. Brilliant. Well done. Let's try this little caption. We know that's Dad dips. Dad dips in. Dad dips in. That's what Tim is saying. Maybe he's called Mummy and said, "Look, Mum, Dad dips in. He's having a dip." Brilliant. Have you ever dipped in the sea before? Was it cold for you? I have. Really cold, but really fun. Let's see now. Oh, look. Wow, this is the picture from the front cover. Do you remember? Yeah, they're having some food. So, before it gets dark, Dad and Tim sit down to make their supper. Supper? Have you ever heard of that word before? Yeah, it's like another word for a dinner or a meal in the evening. Dad opens some beans. Oh, we thought they were beans, didn't we? He tips the tin and pours them in the pan. Brilliant. Let's have a go at reading some of these words then. So we know this one is pan. There's the tin. And Tim is sitting on a mat. And look, the little girl's telling us that. Tim sits. Tim sits. So she's telling us, look, she's got a plate. I think she wants some of the beans as well. Beans and bread, it looks like Tim's got. Oh, what's Tim saying? Let's read what he says. Dad tips. Dad tips a tin. Dad tips a tin in a pan. Dad tips a tin in a pan. Wow, that's a mouthful with 2 of our A sight words. Maybe you could have a go at reading that one again really clearly. So they're having their dinner, bread and beans, and they all look really happy. Maybe a little bit cold. I wonder when they're going to go to bed. Should we find out? Oh, look, now they're inside the tent. At night, Dad and Tim get in their tent. They are both tired out after a busy day. They did have a busy day. Can you remember what they did? Dad makes a drink of hot chocolate. They climb into their sleeping bags and zip up their tent. Dad tells Tim a story. Then it's time to go to sleep. Good night. Oh, well, that sounds very cosy. Look, the little girl's got some hot chocolate too. She says, sip, sip, sip. The hot chocolate's in their mug. How nice. What a lovely end to the story. Have you ever been camping reception? Where did you go? What did you eat or drink? And if you've not ever been camping, can you imagine what it might be like? I'll see you soon. Well done for listening and reading along with me. Keep reading, guys. Bye-bye.